from the UK and Europe to America first. And my favorite Trumpster, the new border czar, Tom Homan.
President-elect Trump's incoming border czar, Tom Homan. Tom, thank you for taking time.
Thanks.
Two big stories from Colorado to here in New York, where I am. TDA gang members arrested. Your reaction to it and really your insight, if you can, about just how rapidly this dangerous, violent Venezuelan gang is growing in the U.S.
Well, look, Jeff, you and I have talked about this many times. It all goes back to the vetting program. You know, you got Secretary Mayorkas saying these people are properly vetted before they're released to the United States. But we don't have access to criminal information from Venezuela. We don't have access to criminal databases and information in most countries around the world. So when they say they're properly vetted, they're running them through NCIC, which is our system, our triple-I state system. But vetting doesn't include their criminal histories in their home nations. And so Secretary Mayorkas has been misleading the American people, saying they're property vetting. These people are safe. This is a clear example of it. And as you and I discussed before, TDA, when we first discovered the United States, we said it's going to rapidly expand across the country. The good news is you got President Trump coming in office on January 20th. TDA is on notice. And ICE officers across the country are prepared to go out and target public safety threats, but TDA is on top of that public safety threat. So their days are numbered. I can't wait till we get an administration to take care of these people, because they're going to be arrested, they're going to be detained, and they're going to remove. I've been talking to several different countries. If Venezuela don't take them back, we got other countries who are stepping up and say they will. So they will be deported.
I want to touch on that because obviously Venezuela is a country that doesn't have a repatriation agreement. They don't take them back. Earlier this week on Monday, Tom, I was able to ask President-elect Trump specifically about what about Venezuela not taking people back. Here's what the president-elect told me. Listen here.
Discussion, sir, with in terms of your mass deportation plans, have you had any preliminary discussions with countries like Venezuela, from where the Tren de Aragua gang is now popping up?
They'll take them back. They're all taking them back. Yep.
So have you had any preliminary discussions with anyone in Venezuela, or is there going to be a negotiation early on when President-elect Trump is sworn in to sort of try and get some sort of agreement?
Look, President Trump's a strong president, right? During the first administration, El Salvador didn't want to take back MS-13 members. It took President Trump 48 hours until I was filling planes full of MS-13 members going to El Salvador. So I think there'll be a negotiation. I think it'll be a one-way negotiation. President Trump's a strong president. He's not going to put up with this. But if the negotiation or the discussion takes a little while, we got several other countries willing to take them on day one. But I think President Trump will be successful like he was in the last administration. He got Mexico to remain in Mexico. He got Mexico to put military on the border. He got El Salvador to take their MS-13 gang members back. He got the 3 Central American countries to agree to the third safe country agreements. He puts America first, and he's going to do it again starting January 20th.
The bust of the TDA gang members here in New York, we have learned that law enforcement, a combined joint federal law enforcement task force, was able to identify this apartment where they were holed up, specifically because one of them had an ankle monitor, and that assisted with them getting them. Are you looking at ways that you can enhance that, and how will that work?
Well, there's going to be a hell of a lot less ankle monitors, so we're going to lock them up. We only put ankle monitors on people that we release. We're going to end catch and release. Of course, there are going to be the exceptions, right? There's a significant health issue that we can't care for them at the time. So, number one issue, we're going to end catch and release. So there's going to be a lot less that's going on. And second, we're going to enforce the rules of those ankle monitors. Look, if you're in this country, even if you claim asylum, there's conditions of release. And committing a crime is a violation of those conditions. Being involved with gang activities is a violation of the conditions. They can, even if they're claiming asylum, you can lock them back up into detention because they have violated the rules of release. So there's going to be a lot tougher issue under the Trump administration because less people are going to be released, if any, and the conditions of release will be adhered to. You violate conditions of release, you'll be locked up within the next hour or so when we find you. So the good thing is about New York City, I've had a discussion with Mayor Adams. He's stepping up. He's gonna be with us shoulder to shoulder to look for these public safety threats. He doesn't want his officers be immigration officers. I don't either. I want him to help us locate public safety threats and the 300,000 missing children. He is dedicated that he's going to work on that too, because many of these missing children we'll find in New York City.
You mentioned that meeting that you had with Mayor Adams, and obviously Adams has done a 180 on the sanctuary city protections that his city has traditionally given to migrants, and he's had enough of the criminals. Here's a little bit of what Mayor Adams told Martha McCallum this week. Listen here.
Sanctuary city is totally different from a man-made crisis that we saw. What a sanctuary city is not is having an unsecured border and allowing gang members to come in, paroling people into the country where you're telling them you can't work for 6 months or a year and you have to be dependent on the local cities to take care of you.
How encouraged were you to hear Mayor Adams take that position? And as you look to other cities where they're continuing to hold out, in San Diego, they even enhanced sanctuary city protections, how do you plan to deal with that?
You know, Griff, I've called out the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, on your show for the last 3 years. Didn't think he was doing enough. And I made a comment, I think he forgot what it's like being a cop. He became a politician. But when I sat down with him, I saw the cop come out of him. He doesn't want his officers to be immigration officers, but he wants to protect the community safety, which means help me find these public safety threats. We've been clear, President Trump and I have both been clear, we're going to target public safety threats first because they pose the biggest danger to this country. So, I was really happy with the conversation we had. Of course, let's see what the actions are. The talk's there. Let's see if the walk is going to be there, but I'm encouraged by that discussion. Again, I think he understands that we're going to concentrate on public safety threats. I don't want him to help us find just illegal aliens. That's immigration work. I want his officers to work with our officers to make New York City safer, and we're going to do that. And you're right. I'm hoping that discussion, him come to the table, will be a domino effect to have other mayors contact us and willing to work with us. Sanctuaries are sanctuaries for criminals. Any elected official, mayor or governor, your number one responsibility is protection of the community. Help me, help ICE remove public safety threats from your community. Not only remove them from the community, we'll remove them from the country so they can't reoffend in that very immigrant community in which they live.
Well, it'll be fascinating to watch to see, as you point out, Tom, if other cities, mayors, and sanctuary jurisdictions do take a note from Mayor Adams and how that all gets underway here next month in the early part of next year. Tom Homan, thank you for taking time, and have a Merry Christmas.
Hey, it's Will.
Have a Merry Christmas. Well, hope you had a Merry Christmas, Tom. What a dude. I mean, he does not mess around, does it? He will not mess around. Donald Trump has got it spot on with Tom Homan as his borders are. I think Kash Patel as FBI director as well will be very interesting. Tulsi Gabbard as well in the intelligence community. There's so many different aspects, so many different moving parts. Going to be fascinating. Can't wait to watch it unfold. Please hit the subscribe button if you like Tom Homan and you like my channel, and you like what I'm doing. Hit the like button, hit the share button, and do all that good stuff. Cheers, guys.